this year, the Academy didn't just nominate horror, they handed it 8 golden statues. We'll break down the biggest night the genre has ever had on episode number 129 of the Red River Horror Podcast.
Welcome to the Red River Horror Podcast, where the channels of fear wind through the shadows of your darkest nightmares. From cursed horror films and bone-chilling tales to whispered interviews and the desolate echoes of abandoned places, we explore every sinister current. Grip your oars tightly and brace for the journey ahead. Now, guiding you through the murky waters, your host, Joe Zakrzewski, joined by Red River Horror founder, Eddie Caiazzo.
Welcome back to the Red River Horror Podcast. It's episode number 129. I'm your host, Joe Zakrzewski, joined as always by RedRiverHorror.com founder Eddie Caiazzo. Hey, Ed, how's it going?
Joe, we are on air. Boom.
Fired up
for another episode. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
We are talking about how horror has just swept the floor with the competition in 2025 and being awarded in 2026. I'm very excited to hear that.
Yeah, so we're a few weeks behind the Academy Awards, but it was a big one for us to not acknowledge the success that horror has had at the most recent. Why is it they call it the 2026 Academy Awards, even though it focuses on movies from 2025 and so on? It's like sport video games where it's always the year ahead instead of the actual year it is.
It's annoying.
Anyway, there's my gripe. But moving on, the list of winners in the overall scheme of things the whole list increased by 33%, which is an absolutely massive gain for the horror genre at the Academy Awards. One of those things where we're seeing, in our previous episode, you might have heard us say elevated horror. And some people don't like that name for movies, but is it an effect of having higher quality? Is it elevated stories, maybe a mix of both, like, eight total statues? Eight. So I don't know. What's your reaction?
I'm just very proud that the genre is finally getting recognized for a lot of the work that has gone into it. We've lived through a lot of good horror and a lot of bad horror in our time viewing and talking about it. But it seemed the Academy felt really strongly about this year's what this year's put forth. And I will say you were spot on about Aunt Gladys, man. You knew that was something special. You identified that pretty early, and the critics and the people who vote agree.
Yeah, Amy Madigan was just amazing in that role. Obviously, if you know anything about me, you know how much I love weapons. We're seeing, since Black Panther, Ryan Coogler's become an industry darling.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So, hey.
And Creed, like he was, Apollo Creed, I've said it before on this podcast, Apollo Creed's one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, if not my favorite. So he had the task, he had to bring his son into the mix and make a good movie out of that. And for there, it's just like, okay, this guy clearly knows what he's doing.
He made it work. Michael B. Jordan, his career has just exploded as well. So, it's a mutual tandem. Is it, a new era of a Scorsese, De Niro, Scorsese and DiCaprio,
Coogler
and Jordan.
Yeah.
One of those big tandems. Wes Anderson and Bill Murray. Or Wes Anderson and the Wilson brothers. But he doesn't get the wins. He doesn't rack up the wins. He gets the noms, usually in some way. But no. Seeing Coogler and Jordan, that's the new 1-2 punch.
Yep. And then, of course, no stranger to the Academy Awards, Guillermo del Toro, his version of Frankenstein.
Right.
We spent a lot of time on in the last episode. If you want to go back and check it out, 128 of the Red River Horror Podcast, because it was all about the Universal monsters and their enduring legacy.
Yeah.
And Guillermo del Toro thought, hey, I need to make a Frankenstein film. And he did.
He did. And what he succeeded at is what he is best at, and that is just creating this atmosphere and vision that goes from his head to the screen.
Yep.
And he does it just as good, if not better, than anybody else out there. So congrats, Guillermo del Toro.
Do you know how many nominations Sinners had?
16.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost everywhere.
That's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, 16 noms, 4 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a movie that, obviously you heard me say it before and say it again, where I don't think it's as great as it's being propped up to be. I don't decide. So obviously there's different perspectives. And again, there's plenty of reasons for it to be nominated. So congrats to Sinners and all the people there for 4 wins and a record breaking 16 nominations. That's the most in Oscar history.
That's, I mean, and I was just talking about in the last episode,
Yeah.
vampires, not the biggest deal, but I guess let's dive into Sinners a little bit because you are a fan of the cinema,
Yeah.
right? You are a fan of movies. You consume a healthy amount of what's big, like what's out there. And is it I took something you said to heart because other people in the space have been saying it since. I think you were the first to actually, because the thing is about Sinners, everybody was drooling all over it.
Yeah.
It was the movie, you had to see it. It was the best, this and that. And you gave, I thought, an honest critique of the film. And since you did that, I don't know if Hollywood's listening, but some people have felt comfortable to come forward to say that it's from dusk till dawn.
Yeah, so there's a big that's the big argument over the From Dusk Till Dawn argument, and obviously people you can nitpick at the differences of being like, well, it's not a strip club, or
Right.
it doesn't have Tarantino, it's not as campy. It's like correct. It's the general idea of, hey, it's a one night event in this one space. It's not like an over time buildup of your Draculas, your Salem's Lots, where
Right.
it's like there's a buildup and mystery behind it. It's just, guess what? There's vampires here. Now you're going to deal with it.
Right.
And that's my big critique on the vampire use. There's nothing really, really special about that part. And then, I mean, there's so many different ways they could have gone about it, but obviously,
No.
the Academy saw things a little differently. So the winning for best original screenplay, it seems very unoriginal, but not bad.
Yeah.
Just original is not what I would call it. And even if you won't want to do From Dusk Till Dawn, I could just start laying out 1,000 different references, but there'd be heavy spoilers for things that are very recent that predate Sinners.
Yeah.
That I'm going to spare listeners and you information on. So,
but I just wanted to give you credit because you came out at a very unpopular time, and it seems like some people in the space have adopted, or at least if they were afraid to say it, you led the charge. I understand the Academy disagrees. The Academy disagrees with a lot of, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I've said it before on this podcast. I haven't really connected with much past '08 that like when the Coen brothers were, what was it? It was The Departed '06, No Country for Old Men '07, and what was it? There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood.
'08. And then when we got to Slumdog Millionaire, I was like, I'm out.
That movie's awesome.
I know, but I just didn't connect. I just didn't connect. So I'm saying
he's really good. You should give that one another try.
Well, what's cool about this? So Ryan Coogler does it up big time with Sinners. Obviously, the effects, the makeup, the cinematography,
the music.
That's what.
Yeah.
It's all unbelievable, and he is clearly a masterclass. Now, he has become. It seems like Ryan Coogler can choose. It's like I can relate it to music, I guess. Like when Bruno Mars wants to put a song out that sounds like something he likes, he just does it. If it's going to sound like Motown, it's going to sound like Motown. If it's going to sound like the skating rink in the 1970s, that's what it's going to be. Like Bruno Mars has this gift where he says, I want to make a song like this. And he does it. And I think that Ryan Coogler is in the same space now. He can just, from Creed to the Black Panther movies, just like, you want me to make a Rocky movie or make a Creed movie? Fine, I can do that. You want me to make a Marvel Universe, a spectacle blockbuster with the music and all the great stuff and the effects? I can do that too. And now you want me to make a horror movie? Fine. Here you go.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's a gift and he's got it.
Yep.
So can't take that away. Can't take away any of those wins. Just that's my criticism of the movie as a whole. And if you got a problem with that, I did more for promo for this movie than you did by having fake teeth put in my face and then walking around Citizens Bank Park to promote the film Sinners.
Yeah.
So I did promo. I knew about it before anybody else did.
Yep. No, it was pretty cool. It's kind of cool to see it to its full conclusion. That film connected with people. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah.
It is horror, it is vampires, and it's just got a whole lot of flair. We talk about elevated horror. It seems like that had, as far as everything around that movie, it's pretty elevated for the vampire space.
And what's the real shame is the guy who should be getting some credit for just having a monster year in the horror space, and I can't even remember his name, the actor's name, and it's driving me nuts.
The guy who was in 28 Years Later,
Jimmy,
and Jimmy, and he was also he was the bad guy in Sinners, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, we're gonna look it up. That's fine.
I'm like, now I feel bad because I was just like, I had it lined up before we started recording. I'm just gonna be like, at least I remember his name. I didn't.
No.
I mean, his performance in the Bone Temple's very good.
Yeah.
And then also his performance in Sinners is very good. He's just got a good creep to him.
Yep.
Pretty decent.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Or as we should say,
Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell. All right. Sorry. I had to look that up, guys. I'm sorry. One thing I wanted to ask you about before we get to weapons. All right. So we're just going down the list here. Sinners, 16 noms, 4 wins. Frankenstein from Guillermo del Toro, 9 nominations, 3 wins. Weapons, 1 nomination and 1 win. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Huge.
So what I'm into music. The kids are all asking for the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Now I keep forgetting that your daughter is now out of the age group, because whenever I say, "Oh, what does Zoe think of this?" It's just like, "Ed, she's 16 now." It's like, "Oh,
Zoe's not the one. My niece,
okay,
is the one to go to for all things K-pop related or anything related in that sphere. So big on the K-pop Demon Hunters.
What do you know about it? So why is it considered? I was doing research for the show today.
Cultural phenomenon, man. It's the music that really brings it home. People love the music from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Even people like I work with.
Wow.
Just like that's really catchy. It's good. Like,
yeah. No, that's what all the K-pop, you got to have the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah. So I think where this is at is probably whereas K-pop's been making a name for itself in global pop music. I think this is where we might see it maybe hitting its summit here in the States. I don't know. I'll let you know next time I go to Bonchon in Chinatown. They usually have K-pop playing. So
okay. So in Chinatown, so would that be Japanese or Chinese for the K-pop Demon Hunters?
It's Korean.
I'm sorry. K-pop, duh. Yeah. Eddie. All right. So
when I go to the Korean fried chicken place.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They usually have K-pop playing or sports.
Okay, that makes sense.
Good chicken though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much any ethnic food you can think of. I can't turn anything down. Like if you say that this is the best Greek such and such, I'm in.
Yeah.
If you say it's the best Korean chicken, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like I'm in for all of it. I am fully on the side of all the ethnic foods.
Oh,
I have a lot of them in Philly.
Yeah.
But
Food's
so
good.
Begonia.
Hell yeah.
Dark sci-fi. Did you see this one?
I sure did.
All right. What'd you think?
It was fantastic. Nothing what I expected. I did all right. So we have Emma Stone. We have what's his name? Jesse. I
don't know.
Super good actor, married to Kirsten Dunst.
Super bad?
No.
Oh.
He's just damn good.
Married.
Jesse Plemons.
Okay.
And then the wild card is stand-up comedian Stavros and Halsakis or whatever. I always pronounce his name wrong.
Okay.
But one of my favorite stand-ups that's currently out there having a role in this movie.
Wow.
So did not know what to expect with him being in there for the current climate of today's culture, and it really, really fits today's angst amongst in our society.
Okay.
He does a really good job at that. And then Stavi, baby, just seeing him in a non-comedic role, like he had his first movie come out in 2024, might have been early 2025, but he plays a dumbass who joins a cult, but he's also really annoying. So when they're doing this ritual suicide, they send him out and he comes back and everyone's dead.
Yes.
So he tries to get it. He finds the cult leader who didn't go through with it, and then they try to restart it.
Of course.
Right. And then in this, he plays a cop.
Okay.
And he said it was like the director, Yorgos Lanthimos, Greek guy. He was like wanted a Greek presence, and him being a Greek American gave him the opportunity to play a more serious role, and he absolutely killed it.
Okay. Well, it didn't win, but it was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Begonia.
Ed, for a very small cast, it is like, it's just so well done, and everybody in it is just fantastic. So like you hits levels of uncomfort, level like discomfort, uncertainty. I really enjoyed Begonia more than I was expecting to. I was just like, oh yeah, no, it's a good cast, and then Stavros is going to be in there.
And then you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look, there's not much to dislike about Stavi. He's from Baltimore. You know, he's got nothing but love for Philly, and the way he refers is we're mid-Atlantic scumbag cousins. It's not that much different. I'm like, he's right.
Yep. We're in between.
Yeah.
In between DC and New York.
Yeah. So,
yep.
Good guy. Very funny guy. Check out his work, any of his stand-up specials or his podcast. Fucking hilarious.
All right.
But anyway.
Honestly, we talked about it earlier last year. This horror comedy, like the comedians that enter the horror space seem to do it really freaking well. And I don't know if that was because we were told long ago that the two hardest genres to get right are horror and comedy, because they either have to be funny or scary, and that's very hard to do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Begonia, I mean, again, it crosses the line of like, how horror is it?
Yeah.
But it's definitely, it's a tension. It's a tension movie.
Excellent. Well, we'll get into some of the winners.
Yeah.
Ready for this?
Absolutely.
So we talked about the noms. Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan. His role as Smoke and Stack. So.
Yeah. First time the modern dual role. It's amazing that Eddie Murphy never got one.
It is amazing.
You know, for how many roles he's played.
I know.
So, I mean, even Mike Myers.
Mm-hmm. So, and original screenplay, as you said, Ryan Coogler, he also produced and directed the movie. So, he had a lot of, he had a lot of say in this one, Ryan Coogler. That was all him, and God bless him. So, and now that makes two in the horror space, two black guys. So we talk about original screenplay. That's what Jordan Peele won in 2017 for Get Out.
Yeah.
So now Ryan Coogler wins for Sinners.
Hey, it's not a bad thing. So it's good. Oh. Good. Hopefully it inspires other younger people to pursue, you know, not hold back and go for it, pursue these their own opportunity in film. And that's usually what you hope.
Yeah.
We see somebody outside of the cultural, someone, not the same old faces. So hopefully.
We're talking horror. Two black horror writers in the past 10 years.
Making good horror, not like campy 90s, like, what was the one that was that Busta Rhymes? Was that the vampire? Didn't he have a vampire one?
He may have.
Yeah. Whereas like
I don't know. Killjoy was funny. I mean, Candyman. Yeah. I mean, but Candyman was Tony Todd made the character. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Tales from the Hood, Darren Scott. That was good.
Yeah.
And the Wayans on the Wayans brothers on the horror comedy circuit. I mean, nobody else is doing it. People are pumped.
They're right back.
They are pumped to see
Scary movie.
Yes. Like,
okay.
There's a demand. I mean, we're gonna see the box office for this thing come out soon.
Hey, I mean, I'm gonna see it too, probably. So just out of the curiosity to see what they go for. But back to Michael B. Jordan real quick. There's no surprise. He if you go back and watch him even as a kid, so he's on The Wire.
Okay.
The show, considered one of the greatest shows of all time, and his character in it, you can see the way he plays this character. It's like, this is a young man who's obviously talented.
Yeah.
The way he sells his character on that show. Very, very good. And then obviously when you get into Creed, I guess Creed just couldn't, he had to have gotten he didn't get any noms for that, did he?
I don't remember.
And he's very good. And the first Creed, he makes the movie.
He does.
Not like the greatest storyline ever told. It's like the way he you feel his emotion going through the process of the training, you know, and getting to the
No,
ring.
you're right. And what's cool about Creed, what I like about it is they completely, yes, is it the story of Rocky told through like Apollo's Creed's son? In a way, the cool thing is they flip it on its ear. He is a privileged kid.
Yeah.
His dad was Apollo Creed. He kind of has to live with being, the love child of Apollo Creed, which very upset me very much because Apollo wouldn't do that. No,
I had to write it in somehow.
no, I know. But he comes from like a nice life.
Yeah.
And he wants to be a fighter and is hesitant to adopt the Creed moniker, and then ultimately does. And that whole transformation, like you see him, like he has to play all those characters in a very complex character.
Yeah.
Like he has to bring all those things to the table. So he does masterfully in Creed, and then in Black Panther, he has to play a bad guy,
Yeah, he kills it.
which is like
Killmonger.
because he no, but it's just like, oh man, like Michael B. Jordan's someone you could just like, I could hang out with this guy. Seems so nice. And then he's the bad guy in Black Panther. It's just like, whoa. And then Sinners, he's
Yeah. But I mean, also in Black Panther, he like his Killmonger, like as the villain, he makes the movie because it's like it's very again, it's like a movie with a lot of atmosphere and a lot of great special effects. And you have like, our hero Chadwick Boseman, and it's like how it's along comes Michael B. Jordan in his Killmonger role with the jealousy and the intensity that he brings to it, just sets the tone for the rest of the movie, and the rest of the like the rest of the cast can feed off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now look, Michael B. Jordan,
Yeah.
Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
He's young. He's younger than us, I think, right?
Probably the same age.
Okay. Well, now he's an Academy Award
Yeah.
winner. So salute, good sir. Let's see. Let's just 1 year. All right, so he's an 87 kid.
Yeah.
You're 85, 86, 87.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, good for him.
Yep.
Good for him.
But Ryan Coogler, original screenplay, that's pretty cool. Cinematography on Sinners, yes. Autumn Durald Archipel.
Well deserved.
Yep. She's
first woman and first black cinematographer to win.
Yep.
Yeah, congrats. That's huge.
Now, Ludwig Göransson.
Mhm.
Now, this is Sinners. So
Yeah.
we're just looking at the fact sheet here about the Academy Awards wrap up here. Now, he's not a black guy.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it was like it's a
What?
not a
Well, come on.
people worked on the movie.
Come on, Ludwig Göransson. I just like you're reading through the thing of Sinners, just like this big achievement in entertainment. Michael B. Jordan's got his first Academy Award, and it's just like the music, this all this stuff, and it's just like, and there's Ludwig.
Yeah.
He's
Hey man, it takes a village.
Takes a village. And what is it, John O'Connell? Jack
O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell. All right. Good bad guy.
It takes a village.
Jack O'Connell is like he's gotta be like this generation's bad. He's just gotta keep playing bad guys.
I mean, he's pretty damn good bad guy.
Yes.
Keep him coming.
Yeah. All right, move on to Frankenstein. 3 wins. Production design, no surprise there. Anything with I've always said this, and I don't mean to be repetitive about it, but Guillermo del Toro, for me, it's always been more about the visual than the story. I haven't connected to Guillermo del Toro's stories as much. Like it's not that it's not like the myth is bigger than the man to me. So when we finally saw Pan's Labyrinth, it's like, okay, it was fine.
But you liked his Hellboy.
I did like Hellboy.
You were the one who told me it was good, and I remember it was just like, this looks stupid. And you're like, oh, this is good.
The original Hellboy was good.
Yeah, that's Del Toro.
But I'm thinking like horror. So like, I mean,
is Hellboy not an undertone?
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna try. Speaking of Hellboy, Selma Blair was in that. We're gonna try and catch up with her later this year.
Hell yeah.
She's thinking about going to the '90s con up there in Hartford, Connecticut. They moved it. It would be normally this time of year. They moved it to October.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to get some good interviews from there. Selma Blair being one of them is the hope.
Yeah. So fingers crossed.
Anyway, Frankenstein, Tamara Deverell and Shane Vo. Best costume design, Kate Hawley. Best makeup and hairstyling, Mike Hill, Jordan Samuel, Cleona Fury, and
Yeah, so, I mean, so even with like Frankenstein, I have not had the time to sit down and watch it, and it's obviously it gets into that horror genre because of what we talked about on our last episode, Universal Classic Monsters. I think Del Toro is like his imagery is what makes things scary more than attempting to make you feel scared.
Yeah.
And with this Frankenstein, I think he was trying to be more true to the book and not Universal Monsters Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Right? I believe that was the goal.
And it clocked out about 2.5 hours. So yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah.
And then
I would really want to get back to the 90, 80, 85 to 90-minute fix. Just
I know.
bang them out. But hey,
I know this is hard. Again, Guillermo del Toro is beloved. He has a body of work that people in the horror space like. He has brought things visually to another level. And when CGI looked corny,
yeah.
Guillermo del Toro made sure it didn't look corny.
And he had a absolutely bonkers cameo in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that nobody even recognized it was him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, is it because he was done up too much, or did
yeah.
not know it was him?
He's was it Pop McPoyle or Patty McPoyle?
Okay.
In the courtroom scene, he's got the bird under his hat. So anybody who didn't realize that was Guillermo del Toro, that's Guillermo del Toro.
If you don't know, now you know.
Ed, I mean, you have not watched much of that show, but it's a absolutely insane episode and just insane finish. And it's Guillermo del Toro as the part of this crazy family called the McPoyles in the It's Always Sunny universe.
Well, with Guillermo, his filmmaking Pan's Labyrinth and Shape of Water, which I remember was one of Stacy's. That was her top horror movie of 2017.
Shape of Water?
Early on in the site. And I can't remember the awards he got for that one, but I know it was an Academy Award winner.
It had a lot. I mean, but did it whip Best Picture? It was nominated for Best Picture.
Shape of Water.
Problem is I have the poster where it's instead of the Shape of Water, it says
wow.
It has George Costanza on the cover. The caption is "I was in the pool."
I was in the pool. Yeah, 4 Oscars, including Best Picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a biggie. All right, well, let's get to one you like. We touched on it briefly. Amy Madigan and Gladys in Zach Kreger's Weapons.
Yeah, I mean, she was fan. What else do we have to say? She was fantastic. I have not heard anybody say anything negative about her performance in the movie. Most of the criticism, I've heard some criticisms against the movie just for people not liking the pace.
Okay.
Which is my favorite thing about it was the different perspectives.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're moving from what I mean, you come to like things you enjoy. One is anthologies. And even though it wasn't an anthology, but we're seeing this whole story play out and then very quickly through everybody's perspective. So I could see that style working well.
So, hey, but no, she was absolutely incredible. So much so that it was the only part of the Oscars I really watched was Conan's opening, his little opening bit
skit
number. Yeah. Where he starts off with in the makeup chair and then he's made up as Aunt Gladys.
So do you think this gets a prequel?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so. I really do.
She said she would do it. We'll
see what Zacky's got up his sleeves,
And here's the one, just want to touch on it briefly because I know nothing about it except the music. K-Pop Demon Hunters came away with 2. It came away with Best Animated Feature.
Yep.
Directors Maggie Kang, Chris Applehans, and Michelle L.M. Wong, and the Best Original Song, Golden. So I know it for music. That's what it won. Well, animation.
I mean, it's just blown up. It absolutely blew up and just took a nice bite into the culture pie.
Yep.
And that music is, the young folks love it, and even some older folks love it. So, what can I say? Good for them. Good for them.
So we'll move on. Joe, horror as a whole.
Yeah.
The Academy Awards. I put some things down. What do you got?
Well, let's see. So when I was saying that they, a 33% increase in overall horror wins So what was that number? It's 10 wins overall, and then this one had 8. So that's even more than I thought it would be. So
10 total wins
yeah,
for horror at the Academy. I mean, we're talking wins.
yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. Well, you know what it is? It's a genre. Like, you ever think about how in our lifetimes, how the popular movie, that big release, how that's changed over time? So, for example, when I was younger, this is how I think about movies, the big releases. When I was a kid, it was always like these dramas
Right.
that were like the big. So we'll throw it because I already made the Seinfeld reference. The English Patient,
Yes.
The Last of the Mohicans. Uh, you know what's another like Ghost,
Right. Titanic.
like Titanic. These
Yeah.
romantic drama pieces were always like the big thing, and then the world started to shift and comedy started really stepping in there where everything had to have a comedic element, and which was great because I like dumb comedies.
Sure.
And more funnier stuff was getting bigger recognition for the most part. And now you get into these bigger spectacles, like the big franchise films. Like, we saw the Harry Potters, Lord of the Rings,
Sure.
your Twilights, your
Mass market.
yeah,
Blockbuster.
Avatar, like
Yeah.
Star Wars, up, like,
Yeah.
these bigger franchises start to lay out. One thing that has always stayed consistent that entire time is horror.
It has.
And that's from beginning to now. And whether you want to say it's elevated over time, I'm going to say it didn't, because there's always been good movies with horror elements to it.
Yep.
And I think it's finally seeing like that consistency is of just time is finally really paying off. If when I compare it into the music genre, I always say you know, horror and metal music are two type of things where there's like that's a very big umbrella term, and then they're split up into hundreds of different little pieces.
Yeah.
But you're seeing horror win at the Oscars. You saw a death metal band open the Summer Olympics in Paris in 2024. Another one on live like more extreme stuff getting on TV.
Yeah.
And now you have horror absolutely raking in at the Academy Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just comes down to consistency. And over time, people learn to appreciate that consistency, I guess. And ultimately has led to a greater appreciation, bigger budgets, better pictures,
Because
so on and so forth.
that's
Horror always sells.
right. No, you're absolutely right. That's very well put.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, exactly what you just said. Ryan Coogler, masterful filmmaker, one of the best of our generation, I would argue. And now, like, he has an idea for a horror film, and the studio says, "Take my money."
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Yes," and then the audience says, "Take my money," and then the Academy says, "Oh yeah, yeah, no, he needs some statues."
Yeah.
He's got them. No, you're right. It's become because we have moments in the history of horror. We have moments up to this point. It's just kind of for every Psycho, right? There's 40 bad films
Yeah.
that are in the style
Yeah.
of Psycho, like that are just not good. For every Exorcist, like The Exorcist, there's a lot
Yeah.
of really bad possession films.
Yeah. The Possession of Bob.
Right.
You want to see the fucking devil? Ah, like, shit like that.
Yeah.
Plenty of that's out there.
Yes.
There's like, but where there's always that quality push. And I'm telling you, those who invest see the consistency of that genre. When it's made well, it always sells.
Yeah.
Always.
Yep.
It doesn't go through that ebb and flow of the romantic drama, which is now then that drops off and comes back.
Mm-hmm.
The silly comedies, like I'm trying to think what would be like one that was like getting a lot of love, like Wolf of Wall Street was like,
Yes, that was a big one.
was goofier than it needed to be, even though it was like a biopic. But leaned heavily into the laughs to help push the movie forward.
Sure. When
Um,
people share like the pop culture moments that came from that,
yeah,
the memes that like they
yeah,
always share those kind of small, funny
yeah,
snippets to get across their point.
but are consistent.
So with 10 total wins, that's the first time since Silence of the Lambs. And again, how many movies, even though Manhunter's a really good movie, how many movies are like Silence of the Lambs that aren't Silence of the Lambs?
Plenty. There are plenty out there.
It's like generational. There's so you say Psycho, that was what, 1960? You have The Exorcist 1973, The Shining 1980, um Silence of the Lambs 91.
Yep.
Like you just keep going down the line, and now we're here. Now you have Jordan Peele with an Oscar for Get Out. You have Ryan Coogler with an Oscar for Sinners. You have Guillermo del Toro, who now has multiple.
Yeah.
Like it's been.
Zach Kreger, who came from a small sketch comedy group to a show on IFC to
Mhm.
now writing and directing somebody to an Oscar win. So,
And now something so like so big, like Zach Kreger, like Barbarian did so well with people that like Jordan Peele wanted
yeah,
Kreger's second movie to be his,
yeah,
and he didn't get it in acquisitions or however that the business side of it works. He didn't get it, and now look,
yeah.
it's just like that Jordan Peele, who a lot of people like, he's made 3 films officially, produced a few more in the horror space, once your film.
Yeah.
It's just like, and he knows what he said. Like, so you have just two masters there. Like Kreger's coming into some really
Yeah.
big territory here.
Can't wait to see what he does next. And
Yeah.
I say that with bias. So
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
So
When we name it, like we talked about last year, The Substance
yeah,
last year, which also like
who would think body horror
no,
would make its way into the Academy?
no. So
And apparently, like, people were really mad about the snubs for The Substance. Like, that film deserved a lot of credit that it got in the public. Like, people embraced it.
I mean, to me, Moore and Margaret Qualley played the same person so well,
Yeah.
and yeah, just
Hey.
didn't bring it home.
Yep. So
No.
pretty cool. If you have your picks, asking the audience now
Yeah.
for Oscar winning horror. So we've done, Joe and I have done a few of these Oscar nominated horror films, and some big players have been in the mix the entire time. This is the first year I felt like so we didn't really jump head on. We wanted to do an Oscar preview type thing as we have in the past, and then it's just like, but just kind of knowing that unless it was Jordan Peele, it wasn't going to make it. So like
That's what it felt like.
when it got to
Yeah.
this year, I was just like, hey, do you want to do an Oscar preview show? It's just like, I don't know, I mean, what's going to win? Well, this was the year to do the Oscar wrap up as opposed to the
Absolutely.
preview.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. I mean, obviously, one battle after another is not horror, but it's like it's an action. It's an intense film.
Mhm.
So I mean, if you just like the thriller type feel, you're gonna get that out of that, which ultimately won Best Picture. But
Yeah.
that's a movie, and I'll say it. You could shave about 30 to 40 minutes off of that movie, and it wouldn't lose a bit.
So, all right. So, Joe, you've brought up length
I'm over it.
of
I'm over the long
movies, runtimes. You've brought up runtimes now,
Yeah.
pretty consistently.
Yeah.
So, why don't we do this?
Yeah.
We have to do an episode. Let's look for horror movies in that 80-minute runtime
There's plenty.
and see how many, not like 80 sharp, but
Yeah.
within the 80 minutes, like 80, 81,
All right.
82. All right.
All right.
We'll look at that.
We'll do that.
We'll put a list together, and then we'll just go rapid fire. I'll hand you a list, or I'll name a movie, and then you'll say whether you like it or not.
And let's do
All right.
it. Let's do it.
Do it. Just to prove there's something to this runtime thing. It's so was one battle after another. Did you enjoy it? I know that everybody enjoyed it, but did you enjoy it?
Yeah. Yeah. It could have been a lot shorter though.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you see it, you can even pick up on it. Like Paul Thomas Anderson now feels like he's got his formula that works, but unnecessarily long.
Yeah.
remember like There Will Be Blood? How much of that could you shave off and it wouldn't lose anything?
No.
There's just a lot of dead time.
Yes. Amazing actors, but you're just letting them.
Same thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time that is just dead time. It doesn't really provide much to the story, the plot, anything. It's just there to add.
Yeah.
There.
So.
That's my thoughts. You can argue with me that anytime, anywhere. I'm gladly have that conversation.
No, I mean it's what's prevented me from watching Oppenheimer. It's what's prevented me from watching The Irishman. I want to see these movies.
Yeah.
I love Nolan is one of my favorite big box movie makers. Like that's not horror. Christopher Nolan, huge fan, but I can't.
Dude, I know people who are just like they're fine watching movies in chunks. But like, I watched a little bit there and a little. I'm like, no, I can't. If it's a movie, I need to go from beginning to end. I mean, obviously I have watched them in the broken up way, but I would rather not.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
3 hours is a hell of an investment. And the longest movie I ever did that for was that Apocalypse Now Redux.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was long.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was long.
Big movie.
Very long.
Well, congrats to Sinners, Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro, Zach Kreger, Weapons, Amy Madigan. God bless you. Unbelievable. Glad you got your Oscar. And the K-pop Demon Hunters, which I'm still going to probably follow through their music. I can't.
You might as well. I mean,
that'll be fine.
You want to be aware of the current pop music. I mean, you got to get in there. You got to get in there.
Okay. I'm a big pop fan. And Begonia.
Which you should because like K-pop is very much 90s boy band with the music videos and the styling and at least from my eyes.
Yes. I also think it hit at, when that hit, when BTS became really big, people were just like, this is so you. And I like the song Butter. That's a good song. But like, I have so much more to do now.
You do.
That's the problem. Like,
it is.
Like before, I could follow. I have trivial information out the wazoo about 90s pop music. I mean, things you would just be like, why would you? How?
Sure.
And for some reason, the K-pop phenomenon, I have to chalk it up to, moving into my professional life, having a kid, all that fun stuff, marriage.
It's the way she goes.
But I will do some digging. I like the song Butter from BTS. That's a good song.
Yeah, I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters, put it on your radar.
Okay. K-pop Demon Hunters and Begonia, you have me very interested in. I want to check that out.
Yeah.
So that was our Oscar wrap up. Biggest night in horror history, or biggest night in Oscar history. The night went to the horror genre.
Hell yeah.
I'm very proud of that. We had to talk about it.
Yeah.
So follow along at Red River Horror on the Instagrams, on X, also
Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok. Yeah, Facebook is whoa, baby.
Yeah.
People are consuming Facebook thing. I forgot how effective the group things. People love the groups.
They love the groups.
Love the groups. So we're gonna do that. Got a lot of great stories that we want to tell you coming up soon on the Red River Horror Podcast. A lot of guests that we want to meet, but you can follow all of it along there, and we'll keep it posted. We'll keep it coming. I'm gonna get some reviews on the podcast channel as well. So subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. YouTube's going well.
Damn right.
Having a lot of fun on YouTube, Joe.
Yeah, always.
Cool.
It's always a great time, Ed. It's been episode number 129 of the Red River Horror Podcast. And hey, folks, remember to keep traveling those channels of fear.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Red River Horror Podcast. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, and share. For great written horror content, go to redriverhorror.com. On Spotify or Apple Music, leave us a comment. Or if you have a thought about the show, just email redriverhorror@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and as always, thank you for following those channels of fear.